innovation is only possible with social acceptance. This week on Fund It Forward, our change agents face their most crucial validation yet, demand-side validation. They must prove that their solutions are more than well-intentioned. They are wanted and needed by their target beneficiaries. This week's task is essential. Research shows that 42% of startups fail due to a lack of market need. From testing product accessibility and validating price points to gathering community feedback and measuring market demand. This week, we'll separate good intentions from genuine impact. 10 change agents remain in the running for the 30 million naira grant. But first, they must answer one fundamental question. Are their solutions solving problems for the right people and in the right ways? I'm your host, Mojibade Shosoya, and this is Fund It Forward. Welcome. Hello, change agents. Good morning. Did you have a restful weekend? Yes. Or you were busy preparing for this week's task? You rested. That's perfect. Perfect. I hope you're ready for this week. Yes. Okay, great. As always, we have our consultant who will guide you through this week's task. I wish you a great week. I'll see you shortly. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good afternoon, agents.
Good afternoon, Doc.
Welcome to a new week.
Thank you, Doc.
So before I announce the winner of the CEO of the week, I'd like to call our present CEO in the person of Dia, the only Dia Collections. Come forward. All right, our CEO of the week, Mr. Adewale of Congratulations.
Wow. Adewale being the CEO of the week got me on a shock and every other person.
I told him before Monday that he was going to be CEO of the week.
No hard feelings really, because it's something that everybody is worthy of and it's a privilege really.
Adewale, I hope you have a great week. And this is just to show that you not only did well in last week's task, but you really impressed the judges. And for that, you are the CEO of the week.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much
Do we need tissue?
for this honor.
You're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll take it. On behalf of the Fund It Forward team, we would like to present you your gift that I think you would really like, because it's a special one for you and your wife. And it's a dinner date for both of you. And have a great time on behalf of Fund It Forward.
Thank you.
To some extent, I felt proud of myself because before Adewale went in to see the judges, he called me to ask me how best he could answer some certain questions and how he could put one or two of his presentations together, which I humbly helped.
It's so beautiful to see that another colleague of mine is coming up to be the CEO of the week. I mean, it's so fantastic and super, super happy for me to see.
I sit in front of him, so I saw his presentation that morning and he kind of pitched to me before he eventually went in.
Now, let's move on to serious business with regards to this week's task. There are certain things that I want you to be aware of that you will have to highlight to the judges this week. Number one, call it the validation of whether your target audience feel that what you are offering them is essential. Number 2, tell us about adoption barriers. Number 3, accessibility. Number 4, direct engagement. Now that we've gotten the highlights out of the way, it's time for you, with the help of your masterclass instructor, to dive deeper into what exactly you should know about demand-side validation. I urge you, ask questions. On that note, welcome with me, Mr. Gbenga Agoye of Co-Creation Hub.
So today we are going to look at what are the things that makes up the demand side of your business. Why should you care about it, right? And how can you best optimize for this component to the extent that you are able to progress and achieve your business objective? Because I believe every entrepreneur, you have a strategic objective. So we need to look at what are the things that you should care about if you really want to get the money. You understand? And that is where the demand side validation comes in. How do you validate that people, as a matter of fact, need your product? How do you validate that they will pay for that product? How do you even decide on the right pricing that this guy will pay at? Every economy has business cycle. The depression, the coming up, the down, the coming up, the down. And we see some business that they are depression proof. Why? Because they are serving a need that the customer has categorized as necessity. Remember that word that says there's a gap in the market and there's a market in the gap, right? And you are there to fit yourself in that opportunity gap. And the critical question you want to respond to first is this: who are your customers? What problem does your product solve for your customer? Are your customers willing to pay for this solution? The next thing is the want. The last thing is the ability to pay. So these 3 fundamental components are things that we would still drive to, right? There has to be market data driven reason for launching your product. Now, I know this could sound like, there's a lot of complexity. Like, do I need to now go and do research? I beg. Agile method, launch, iterate. But the point is, if you take your time, right, to do proper work around validating the demand for your product, it reduces the risk of launching a product that nobody wants. And I know there's a lot of controversy around what people want. So people believe that you can create a product and create the market by making people want what you created. Now, what I'm talking about does not mean that if you have an idea, you should not push it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you should understand that there are different phases to getting your product into the market or growing your product through the market. And the first stage, as a matter of fact, is that you conceive the idea, you validate the idea, maybe with a very small size of sample, which I'm coming to. Then once you validate that there is a need and there's a want for this, and you've seen the right prices, you can then scale this thing. So that's why it matters that you're able to validate, get insight on customer preference. What do they want? What do they respond to? What motivates them? Remember, your journey is to their pockets. Test for solution concept as well. At this point, you also want to use, interview, do a little bit of research. The other thing is, of course, you don't need to jeopardize quality, but sometimes you just need to launch the product. A lot of businesses, they die, not because they don't have money somewhere or not because they don't have a good idea, but because they've not taken time to validate the market need for their solution. In the overall scheme of things, you need to build a product that puts your customer here. Meaning that your product meets their need, it solves their pain. Your product meets the want because you have unique edge in the market. So they want you and they want to choose you. Also, your customer, they have the ability, because you have done your research to understand, based on your cost, the right price point that meets the need, right? Then they are willing to pay for this thing, right? So those are the things that you need to have in mind when you are trying to validate demand for your product, right?
The masterclass this week was not it. I was just telling my roommate yesterday evening that it wasn't as clear to me as the previous weeks. I'm not sure why. I'm about to go back to my lecture notes to to try to understand if there's a pattern to, delivering our presentation, but I can't really see how. And demand for different businesses also mean different things.
It's a masterclass. One thing it does oftentimes is it gives you clarity as to what you're meant to do, especially after you've gotten feedback from the consultant about, okay, how you did the last week. So you want to pay attention during the masterclass, and you can see, okay, this is where I should fix up when I want to pitch.
Our change agents divide into groups and analyze the morning's masterclass. Through peer discussion, they challenge each other's market assumptions.
Demand for our products are basically like households who have stable sources of income, but maybe they have issues with electricity, or they have issues with their food spoiling, and they want to switch. So for those kind of household, they can switch into our products, the use of the solar-powered freezers.
I think all of us have electricity issue.
Oh, yeah.
And all of us have our egusi soup is spoiling.
Yes. Honestly.
Good. Because that's a chief spoiler. 2 seconds of heat, you don't swell. So how do you want, because how can you validate how much we are willing to pay?
Because of the issue with having money or not having money, so we've been able to do a package that allows you to pay instrumentally.
For women or business owners that really run, like let's use a co-room for example, those ones they run on, they cannot live without it. And turning on maybe 10 or 15 freezers at once on your units, with the way we have band A and band B, do you understand? It can be very alarming. By the time you just buy 5K is even nothing. It's like you just even bought something for hours. So you can sell it that way, that calculating the money that particular unit will spend on those freezers and even closing their eyes to get the solar fridge, it's something that they really need at the moment.
I think one thing that is pretty clear is if you have a normal fridge, like Chema said, you're using band A or band B, it won't last you, and your food will spoil. So you already communicate that to them. So there's want, need, there's the want, and there's the need. Fine, there's the want.
You can use the national grid issue as a key point, hit it on the head.
Bam. So it's very clear, it's very straightforward.
National grid to hit it on the head.
So value is also very important to demand side validation. When you integrate it into market, for some people it's social proof, right? Just testimonials. Just the fact that they've seen so person, they don't even know the person, but they've seen a testimonial somewhere, they just want to use. And so you bring those people in again, know what they want, and then build the next thing, and then you keep building based on those feedback that you gather.
You want to follow up on the question, or it's a question that you want to ask?
I wanted to ask a question, but I think some of the things he said now wants to sound like he's answering my question. So the question I penned down was that, can our existing traction validate our demand?
Yes, it can. But you need to prove that it's sustainable and it's something that is not just a one-off, right? Because you could get a contract of any amount today and it's your traction, but
why is Kiki contract? Contractor. I know, that's your style, right?
Then, one-on-one sessions with a consultant sharpened their focus.
How I felt when the consultant signaled my pitch, right, on Monday, it felt really awkward. Like, I was more like I was on the spot. But again, I really appreciate the fact that she brought that to my notice.
In terms of feedback, I would just say that don't make it look too perfect. So you had moments where you made it look like, look, nothing can go wrong. As opposed to, if this does go wrong, we have this to back it up. And one of such questions was around the fact that, how do you handle if there's a breakout on the farms or something like that? And I don't know that your answer was what should be the industry way of addressing such a breakout of any kind of disease on your farm. So don't make anything you're doing perfect, just make it look like you are aware.
As the CEO of the week, Adewale earns a special reward, a private dinner with his wife. It's a heartfelt celebration a chance to share this milestone with someone who has supported his journey every step of the way. Our change agents take a break for a round of high-stakes business trivia. They dive into the world of business trends and famous entrepreneurs. Let's see who's been keeping up with their business facts and who has the biggest appetite for risk.
It's another game session. Are we excited about it? Come on, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. It has to deal with money. Who is excited?
Yes.
Right? However, beyond just money, we are going to have to play in teams. Your starting budget, 50,000 naira. Bet amount between 10,000 and your entire budget. The time per question, 60 seconds. Elimination, go bankrupt or you are out. The game is all about using your business knowledge to strategically grow your bank. We would be calling on the chosen consultant to start with their questions. Question number 9. Please listen attentively. You don't have to face me, just listen attentively. I'll make myself audible very well. What company first introduced their Chromebook hardware in 2011? The product's low price point proved popular with teachers, as a 2018 estimate indicated that over 60% of classroom mobile devices in the US were Chromebooks. Google. Correct. Google. Please help us add 10,000 naira to their money.
For the game yesterday, something became clear to me. If I was maybe playing the game on my own, I would have been more aggressive at the start of the game and then simmered down. That would have been the approach I would have used. I think I penned down a few things after the game, and I really appreciate that.
So you have 90 in your pots. This is the final question. The ultimate decider. Perhaps your opportunity to come back tops. You can stake as much as you want, minimum 10,000 naira. Currently, maximum is 90,000 naira, which is sitting in your bank account. Winners, let's have your stake.
The primary thing that made us lost is we weren't so big on taking risk. So for me, I think that's what made us to lose. We took very little risk.
We are staking our entire budget.
Winners Consulting, ladies and gentlemen, for their final question, stakes an amount of
90,000 naira.
90,000 naira. Accountant, please lock it in. Are we ready? Let's have your question, and so that we can read it to your beautiful hearings.
It made me understand the essence of me being an entrepreneur, of which is taking risk. The last question, and we bet everything. I told her, like, see, this one, we are betting the entire money we have, right? Just because that was the only chance we had to win.
Question number 5.
Please,
what CEO made headlines in November 2021 by tweeting that he was thinking of selling 10% of his Tesla stock and putting the decision up to a Twitter poll? Your time starts now.
If we had decided not to take a higher risk, probably would have lost. Clearly, we would have lost. But we collectively decided that let's risk it all. And I think that's why I'm here, really. Risking everything all to be here and believing that it ends up the way we expect it to be, emerging as winners.
Elon Musk, final answer? Yes. Elon Musk, correct?
This week, our change agents are heading into the field to test their ideas where they matter the most, the market. They've spent the past 2 days preparing. Now, it's time to bring their work face to face with the customers they aim to serve and impact. And when it comes down to demand sides, our change agents should aim to please. Our 10 change agents are fully immersed in demand-side validation, gathering feedback, testing accessibility, and observing firsthand how their solutions hold up in the market. It's good to have a plan on paper, but today is all about proving that their ideas resonate in the real world. Let's see how they're getting on in the field. As the day unfolds, our change agents shift from theory to action. Each must now secure field trips to the people they serve or businesses serving their target demographics. All are hunting for real-world proof of a willing base.
How has your demand, right, for fresh produce and proteins changed over the past year? And what do you think the demand trends for it would be subsequently?
The main thing that has changed in the last year has been the inflation rate and the exchange rate. Our demand has gone up around those things. Yeah, that demand will only increase, demanding more of Nigeria, expecting the economy to perform better.
This week's task is pretty unique. It's demand-side validation. That's what we have for this week. It's a very good pitch for us to have, right? And really, I'm 101% ready for it.
What you are doing with your company, your startup, is really commendable because it will take away the need for government to spend money, which can be diverted into other funds. A lot of schools are already trying to key into this. Most schools now, they have computer rooms, they have computer centers, and they started taking their learning online as well.
The Insight Talent Height Academy came through for me, giving me the opportunity to actually interview him and get deeper insight into the demand validation of what we do at SOUP. I'm super excited and I can't wait to put this report together and let the judges know that we are here to show that we are capable to solve the educational problem in Nigeria.
So there be logo in so there might be solution to pay for free. So now I'm kele every month.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You have to reduce the water.
So one thing I'm taking away from this experience is everyone, regardless of their income class, requires healthcare and needs healthcare.
As it is right now, if we have orders for anything, maybe production of poultry feed or ruminant feed, I mean, all these things that you are seeing might not just be enough for one single production. Yeah, so we are open to partnership from anybody. I mean, as much as you can, like you mentioned that you are going to, I mean, you plan to irrigate your operation is irrigated and then, it's an whole year-round production. So it's beautiful.
So we're here at Epe and we were able to get an information about how much produce they use monthly and what they need. And I'm so glad to hear their pains and how they want our solution to be able to solve such, which I think is the first I'm hearing talking about speed, quality before price.
I'm super impressed about this particular fashion brand that is upcycling textile waste into masterpieces. And this is just the testament to the fact that sustainable fashion is in demand. If it's in this store, then you can be sure that thousands of people are looking forward to shopping product that is not only serving them, but saving the planet. And this is so beautiful. This was made from textile waste, particularly jean, and you can imagine the masterpiece it has now become.
I want to know what you think about sustainability in your purchasing.
It's quite important. I'm in school currently, and part of what we're studying is sustainability. And I think it's important that everybody, pays attention to that. Your product is a much needed product in Nigeria and in Africa now.
And it was really an inspiring session. I learned a lot, and she has been able to validate that, of course, there's demand for my product. And she even also advised that if I could come back so we could, check out the other houses within this vicinity that are also interested in it.
So you are very much interested in the product quality of the Okrika brand. Okay. So what if you have another new brand, a brand new brand that gives you almost the same quality as the Okrika, but sometimes might be higher than the quality of Okrika? would you be willing to switch to that new brand? Yeah. Like something made from footwear made from tires and fabrics like that.
Yeah, sure.
In the library, do you have access to printed or soft copies?
They are printed documents. Yes.
Printed copies.
Yes.
There's no internet library.
No.
Okay, now. Now, would you be welcoming to an internet library? Would you like that?
Yes.
Now, so what opportunities do you think that presents to you?
You know, it's not every time that the school are on resumption. At times, school will go on break or strike. And some students might want to just take their leisure time to read.
Read those materials.
And when the library is not in session, they cannot just enter there. The school is not in session, they cannot just enter there. So at least if they have access to all this online reading.
If somebody comes to meet you and I say, gift, I have a solution that can help you live healthy. Or how would you be able to get such information and access it? What do you think would be the motivation for you to try it?
Well, since it's related to health, I think it's a big motivation for me to try it because I don't want to die of that kind of thing.
The change agents are preparing for judging tomorrow. They'll need to present their findings and demonstrate how they'll incorporate these insights into their business models in the future.
Congratulations on making it thus far. It proves your resilience, your creativity, and of course, your fight to stay in the competition. So far, I've seen you in different capacities, when you know it, when you don't know it. But tomorrow, you do not have a chance not to be confident of what you'll be presenting to the judges. You must show us the idea, but the demand side must be clear. Make it clear to the judges through a simple, as you know, that's my keyword, simple format. However, sadly as well, 2 of you will be going home tomorrow. That means the competition just went up another level, okay? 2 things you must remember. Number 1, clearly state what the current size of the market you are operating from is. What is that size looking like? Tell us if there are any of your clients that you are yet to tap into. That's what that question looks like, all right? So you have not yet reached 600, million people. What that does for the judges is it shows them there's a big enough market for what you're doing. That's part of the word validating that we must do. The second thing to also realize is you need to tell us, in terms of product differentiation, because there are 600 million people, what actually makes your brand, your product, what makes your product stand out? Well done. I know it's a lot of thinking, researching, comparisons, but it's what is going to make you stronger. I know this can come as a lot of comments, a lot of suggestions, research that needs to be done, but it's what will make your presentations very strong, okay? Go over the details in your head over and over until you know it. Well done, guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
After an intense couple of days, the change agents head to Enzo Reality in Lekki to take a moment to distress. Enzo Reality is a fun recreation center that offers immersive virtual reality games for adults and children.
Don't worry. Let's I was not trying to push it. And everything was
turning around.
Choma, what is it? We just drag it now.
How you are doing it?
For our change agents, It's a pause, but the stakes remain high as they move into the next stage of the competition.
All right then. The A, B, the X, Y, Z. I don't need them. All right. Is it still on? Apátírò èmi. Apátírò mi torí Ọlọ́run.
You're not ready to
Good morning, change agents. Good morning. Another judging day is upon us. Yes. Okay, what's the mood? Are you excited? Is the energy 100? Yeah,
We're ready.
100. You're ready?
Yeah.
That's the energy of winners. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. This week tested your ability to validate market demand.
True.
So here is my advice as you go in the judging room. Take a deep breath. So we'll just practice it now. In and out. You've got this. Just focus on all that you've learned and show the judges how you plan to turn knowledge into impact.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best, as always. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, judges. Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm well. My name is Adewale Badejoko. I'm the founder and chief executive officer at Fruitify. We've successfully developed a user-driven mobile app that has grown 50% week on week, even in sign-up. Through it, we've been able to deliver 150 preventive health and wellness products. But the future for us is looking bright, because through geographical expansion, horizontal market expansion, fintechnalization of some of our products and services, and investment in artificial intelligence along the line of technology, we will not only sustain this market demand, but also scale it to greater heights. Here is a picture of our time on the field, listening to customers and getting feedback and service.
I wanted to get more information about that field experience, because you're just showing pictures, but where did you go and what happened?
First, we were in the beautiful College of Yaba Technology. And the reason for Yaba Technology is because of that demography where we can aggregate them in numbers. We were also in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, and we also have interactions in banks. So this was a visit to a bank just to engage some of the people there. And it was a beautiful experience.
What was the biggest learning from the field trip for your business?
The biggest learning would be there is still need for more awareness and promotion around healthcare. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be all.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adewale.
Good day, judges. My name is Matthias Manchafo, the CEO and founder of Damancha Integrated Farms Limited. And this is a small data about 18 to 20 questions. And I just picked 4 of the major data from 11 respondents. You can see, I asked them, how often do they make deliveries? They need deliveries. 72% said monthly. I asked them, do they face any challenge with availability and product services? Can you see? 81% said yes, that's a problem. And I asked them, how satisfied are they with their current suppliers? 45% said they are satisfied. And only 18% said they are very satisfied. We have a neutral. And then I asked them the sweetest question. will they want to work with a new supplier like us? And can you see, amazingly, 81% said, yes, they want to work with us. And then that made us understand that, see, we have customers that need us, that want our product, and are also available and willing to pay for our products.
Just a quick question. The survey you put out,
yes,
who were the respondents to that survey? Were they individuals or were they businesses?
Businesses.
For the 10 hectares you cultivated, where you got the 10 metric tons of produce, right? What was the cost, the total cost of doing that? And what's the value, you know, of what you're getting out of it?
We spent 4 million naira and we have products presently worth 4.5 million naira. We just harvested.
Thank you.
Good day, judges.
Good day.
My name is Monique from Solaristic Nigeria Limited. And this was a survey we were able to take, and over 45% of them said they were willing to switch. 41% of them said maybe, and that was as a result of they were considering the initial cost, but we were able to convince them that they have a payment package that they don't have to bother about the initial cost as well.
How much revenue have you generated?
We've been in operation since 2021, and since then we've generated 75 million for those years.
What's the profit margin?
35% of that.
So this survey that you deployed, how many respondents did you have?
50.
50 people?
Yes.
And out of the 50, 45 showed an interest?
Yeah. 45%, not 45%.
45%, sorry,
Yes.
showed an interest in using your solution.
Yes.
And 41 said the sort of like in between.
Yeah, that's because of the cost, and we're able to give them assurance that, I mean, you don't have to bother about that. It's covered. You could just pay small as your income comes in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Monique. Well done.
Judges, for every time I stand before you, I want you to know that it's not just about bags. It's about the future. We're making plans to have retail outlets across the nation and the world so that we are able to deliver. And there's also going to be an e-commerce website for global people to be able to purchase their products. We also have a community of women. The moment women buy our bag, they are onboarded into our exclusive community where we inspire them, share opportunities, and most importantly, give them reports on what their investment is doing on the environment and the community.
You gave a number of 5,000. Is there a 5,000 demand for your products, for example? And if there was, if I needed to order 5,000 of your products today, to what extent can you fill that order?
Just like I mentioned, there is a growing demand and there is a possibility of that demand, but we are currently unable to meet that demand because of human power and capital to churn out this goods.
So what can you do currently?
What can we do?
Like how much can you produce in a week, for example?
In a week, we can produce 10 in a week.
Hi, good afternoon, judges. My name is Favor Adeleke. I'm a farmer and an entrepreneur. I'm the co-founder at Kiki Farms Global Limited. This is our field trip report, the interview we had, and also from analyzing their feedback from their survey that we did with them. Our product quality rate are 90%, customer service 79%, reliability 80%, impact on operations 70%, capacity to meet demand is only where our problem is. Although we've really tried because we've consistently grown our capital from 4.5 to 13.5 million naira. Here are some of our clients. Our revenue model is pretty seamless. It's a buy now, pay later model, subscription, contract supply, and payment before delivery. And here are numbers within this 2 weeks of being in this program: 3 tons of fish, 1.2 tons of chicken, 2.5 tons of vegetables.
So you also mentioned that you use like an account receivable system. In other words, buy now, pay later.
Yes.
So how well do customers pay up?
100%.
100%.
They've never disappointed.
Very well done. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, judges.
All right.
All right.
So good afternoon, judges. My name is Chom Okwabi, and today I'm super excited to meet you all again and take you through the demand side validation report of Souk. I went further to find out how we can have a real life model validation. Andela started by training tech talents, and after that they provided job for these tech talents. Now they are valued at over $1.5 billion US, one of the best unicorns in Africa. If Souk replicates this, trust me, we are up for a big thing.
Okay, and what does the value of reaching the 1% means in terms of revenue for you?
Right now, we've done 98 million in lifetime revenue, and having 1% of 40 million people, we're looking at having over $250,000 in revenue.
What's your number of people you're trying to reach with your LMS in the next, by 2026?
We're looking at 50,000 now.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, judges.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
My name is Bukunla Balajoko, co-founder at 1101, a research and technology organization. We went into the market. It was a very exciting, but the one thing that a lot of people wanted was a compact design, something that could integrate with their infrastructure seamlessly in a way that they did not have to overly modify their system, something that did not, like these customers also wanted some kind of bundle. So it's not just them participating in carbon management, it's them getting some return for their investments. Based on customer feedback, we've been able to refine, that's what Libran used to look like a cassette. So to get it more integrable with industry, it looks like when you have cutting boards inside its container, so it's better able to fit into systems now, and we hope that the pilots we have scheduled, we can finish them successfully by April 2025.
So what would you say is a revenue capture that is possible with your business over the next 1 year?
Between 2025 December and say 2026 December, we know we can do $2 million.
And that's once you validate
and that is
the
one
pilot.
project.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
I'm very fine. So my name is Amidou Mohamed. Friends call me Amidou Climate, and I'm the founder of Plastic Build Creative Solutions. Yesterday, we were at Yaba, Akoka specifically. So we interacted with about 50 individuals, including students, professionals, and millennials, and 68.4% were already familiar with sustainable products. 85% were interested in buying items like green furnitures, sustainable fashion accessories like footwears, and more. 62% are willing to spend as much as 10,000 naira on fashion items like footwears and more, and as much as 150,000 naira on green furnitures. But 84% say discount will encourage them to buy more, and they want flexible payment options. But one of our key takeaways was, as much as about 62% are willing to spend about 10,000 naira, a number also, specifically around 25%, still say that it is too high priced for them.
I mean, that's okay. You're talking about internal capacity now. I'm concerned about how you're going to acquire those customers.
One of the key ways we are doing that is investing in advocacy. And we're also leveraging on e-commerce. We are building EcoMart, which is a dedicated online marketplace for sustainable products. So if you need sustainable products, just know that if I go to EcoMart, I can get this.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he asked all the questions.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Adejon Ismail, and I am the founder of Iwelo. So we went into the market. We were able to reach about 3,000 people, and 15% actually subscribed. About 80% said actually were interested. 5% were a bit skeptical. They said until they see us in the market with our kiosks, that's when they would actually listen to us. So one way we intend on mitigating that is having a network of kiosks in those markets and partnering with pharmacies as the first point of care. That's the local pharmacies, point of care. And we've already signed up about 21 pharmacies in the space of like 3 days. We're also partnering with hospitals, lab, and clinics, basically. Our major difference is the fact that we give a cashback. Nobody gives a cashback. Another thing is, whether you're online or offline, with our scratch card, you can actually use Iwelo.
What is your revenue model? Like, how do you plan to make?
So basically, first of all, is subscription. They're paying us one. Secondly, we get 20% from the pharmacies that we partner with. And also the labs as well. The hospitals, we get a certain percentage as well.
How do you make it work such that the pricing outside of your partnership with them is not cheaper than through your partnership with them? That's just the concept.
So what we do in our conversation, what we did with the 24 pharmacy, we will need to have your list, your price list first. So when we want to pay you, we are paying you based on that price list. You're not charging our people higher than. So that price list is the first thing.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. We're out of time.
Thank you. Well done.
Well done. Thanks for your presentation.
Hello, judges.
Hi.
Good afternoon. So, my name is Israel Kendi, and I'm the co-founder and chief distribution officer at Logbook. From interacting with those we met at the field trip experience at Yaba Tech, we found out one thing. And it's not just about profit, right? We have the copyright holders who are the lecturers in these universities that give us the intellectual property. But then there are also the end users, the readers who have to, read these materials. Our target market is the education publishing industry, and we intend to seize $1.5 billion of this industry in the next coming year with these 150,000 users that we're going to acquire from our potential partners by making 17,000 naira from each sale of a book to each customer.
In terms of your costs for running the platform, so can you just walk us through the numbers?
130 million naira in revenue in sales, gross sales, right? But money have come from other sources. We have not raised funding, but co-founders have put money into the business also, so there's more in terms of revenue. But in terms of gross sales, 25% of that is what we have made as a platform. And so for the cost of running the platform, it's just really the server cost.
But well done.
Thank you very much.
I think you're solving a good problem. So.
Well done.
I had panic attacks because I had practiced right in my room and throughout the week. But then when I got to the orb that morning and I tried running through my slides, I could not pass the first page. I tried so hard, told everybody that this is the problem I'm having. They all tried to help me. Adewale, Mancha, everybody was helping me, trying to talk me out of the situation, but I wasn't just getting out of it. And so I think that's what really affected me.
Hi, change agents.
Hi.
How was judging session?
Yes.
Okay, can imagine. But as you must know, our judges have made their decision. A very tough one. But at least two of you will leave the competition today. Validation challenges are a constant part of building a successful enterprise. The following change agents should please rise. Kiki Farms. Dia Collections. Fruitify. Sook. Logbook. Of the five of you, at least two change agents will end their journey on Fund It Forward today. Again, it's never the end of the road. The journey ahead for your enterprise is still long. Dia Collections. Please clear your workspace and exit the hub. Your enterprise is no longer in the running to be funded forward. Kiki Farms. Please sit. Your enterprise is still in the running to be funded forward. Congratulations. Logbook. Please sit.
Look, I told you. You made it, bro. Sit down. I can't cry. I can't cry. I can't cry. Congrats, bro. Yeah, congrats. Been there.
Now, of the both of you, only one enterprise will remain in the competition today. The next change agent whose enterprise will not be funded forward is Fruitify. Please clear your workspace and exit the hub.
Go to bed like that. Oh yeah, we're locked in.
Congratulations to the 8 of you.
Thank you.
Wait, you should be happy. Congratulations, I understand. But you've proven that you can test your assumptions and adapt to market realities. But remember, validation is an ongoing process. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep evolving. Next week, our remaining change agents face another challenge as they compete for a life-changing 30 million naira. Until then, I'm your host, Mojibade Shosoya, and this is Funded Forward. Toodles.
My journey on the Funded Forward has been so amazing. I've met with incredible entrepreneurs from across Nigeria. Fantastic facilitator, awesome crew members, awesome consultants. I mean, it has been so good. I've learned a whole lot. I've improved and I'm still improving. So in all, I'm going to say that my journey on Funded Forward was an amazing one. What is next for Dia is to keep moving and keep raising the flag of sustainable fashion, that fashion can be sustainable and it can be fashionable, and we will keep creating products that will serve the people and save the planet.
And so there are key learnings that I would also be taking away, which is never to be shy about, your success. I felt if I had been more vocal about or more qualitative and quantitative about some of the things that we have done, maybe I will probably not be up for eviction. But either ways, the learnings are very important as well too, so I take that. But overall for me would be the relationships that I've made while being on the Funded Forward program.